Morning. Only my second ever Periscope. So I'm just back from the gym, just finished the gym, walking home. I'm going to talk about the AdWords impression share metric. A guy called Kofi, has recently discovered this hidden metric in AdWords, and he was asking what it meant. So basically it's hidden only in so much as you have to click on the columns button, competitive metrics, and then unhide the search and display impression share metrics. Sorry, I'm out of breath, just finished the gym. Now, why is it an important metric? Well, if there were 200 searches for a tax attorney in Chicago in the week, and you had a 50% impression share metric, that would mean that your ad only showed 100 times. You only showed half the times you could have showed. So it's really in your interest to get the impression share metric as high as possible for search terms that indicate somebody is looking for your product and service. How do you increase your impression share metric? How do you go from, say, 50% to 100%? Well, Google will tell you their stock answer for everything is to bid more. And they're right. If you bid more, you're going to go into a higher ad position, and there'll be less people able to compete for that higher ad position. There's less people willing to pay that amount per click than a lower cost per click in a lower ad position. So if you bid more, you get into a higher ad position, you have less competitors in that higher ad position, you automatically get a higher impression share, which just means your ad shows more often when it could have showed. So that's obviously a good thing if those clicks are resulting in sales for you. The other way of increasing your impression share metric is, it's to think like Google. And imagine, say there's 5 of you all competing for position 6. That would now be below the organic listings. So there's five businesses all competing for position 6. You're all bidding, say, €1 cost per click, bid price, sorry. If you can increase your click-through rate, then your ad is going to be more relevant to users. Google's going to consider your ad more relevant. But more importantly, Google is going to make more money from your ad being shown. Okay, because they only make money when people click on your ad. So let's imagine that you were in position 4 or 5, can't remember what I said, and there's 5 of you competing for that position, and you've all got an equal click-through rate. Google's going to make equal amount of money from each of you, and Google thinks your ad is equally relevant. So your ad is going to show 20% of the time. Google's going to show you equally with all the other 5. So it's going to round robin between you. If you can double your click-through rate, Google suddenly thinks, oh, this ad is more relevant, it's going to be better to show this on the search results, and we make more money from it because more people click on the ad. So maybe they double your impression share from 20% to 40%. So your ad shows twice as often now. But what's happened is those 4 competitors of yours, they each had a 20% impression share, but now you've gone to 40%, they've all got a quarter of 60%, the remaining. So they've gone down from 20% to 15% impression share. So their number of times their ad's shown has dropped. And they'll be looking at their account and going, oh, there's less people searching for tax attorney in Chicago now, what's going on? And in fact, that's not the case. If they unhid their impression share metric, they'll see that their impression share is dropping. And then they can look at it and go, oh, Google is not favouring our ad as much as it did before, what can we do about it? Stock answer, bid more, that will help. Better answer is to improve your click-through rate on the ads, which can involve reducing unwanted impressions, stopping your ad for showing for rubbish that you don't want it to show for, but also writing a better ad. Okay, so that's the impression share metric. CPA. I forgot I'm on Periscope and there's little messages coming through. Do you mean cost per acquisition? Sorry, I didn't catch the name there. Okay, I'm out of breath. Guys, I'm out of breath just because I've come from the gym and I'm walking home. I've got a very short walk. I may do this every morning that I go to the gym. A little walk back. That'll keep me from rambling too much. But just a quick look. I'm walking along a canal. It's beautiful. It's beautiful summer's morning in Ireland. So guys, that was a quick ramble about the impression share metric. Very important metric. It's one of the ones I unhide in the AdWords account. You used to be able to see it hourly. Like 15 minutes into the new hour, you'd be able to see the impression share metric for the previous hour. Google's done away with that. You can see the impression share hourly, but it takes you flipping at least 24 hours to see the impression share metric, so that's a bit of a pain. Morning, how are you doing? Oh boy. That's the first time I've done a live Periscope and people walk past me looking like an Egypt talking to my phone. Anyway, so what can happen? What we used to do when we saw the impression share metric hourly, we would load a campaign and it would run, and let's just say it was running at 50% impression share. Oh, my arm's getting tired. All of a sudden, we would see the impression share dropping by hour. If it was a poorly created campaign, we could see the campaign crashing and burning very quickly. So when you load a new campaign nowadays, you're not going to get the impression share for at least 24 hours. But monitor the impression share. Make sure you unhide it. Keep an eye on the impression share. If your impression share is dropping and you're not doing anything to the account, like adjusting bids or anything, if you load a new campaign and you see over the days the impression share is diving, there's a problem with your campaign. You may need to rebuild it, go in, change the ads, do something like that. Google is telling you it doesn't like your ad compared to your competitors. Alright guys, that's it for now. Speak to you later.